I'm Isaac May. I'm a social media strategist for Pew Research Center in Washington, D.C., and I'm a 2017 Integrated Marketing Communications graduate. I chose to do the Integrated Marketing Communications program mostly because I needed something that was really going to help me stay on top of trends and stay on top of emerging media, emerging technologies in the marketing communication space. I know for me, coming out of where I was early in my career at that time, I really wanted something that was going to help me be able to pivot and change on a dime, depending on what it is that I was looking to do with the rest of my career. And the IMC program really seemed like it had all the tools to be able to do that, being, not so tied strictly to any particular textbook, but having these professors and these colleagues and these classmates who really are working in real time and have this real time experience. And I knew that was really going to benefit me in the future and in my career. Being in the IMC program has really helped me achieve some of my career goals, mostly just because the industry that we're in moves so fast, and IMC really prepares you for that. And they don't sugarcoat things. These professors, your classmates, will not sugarcoat things, and they will let you know, hey, this is something that's coming, right? And we're going to look into that. We're going to study that. And for me, that really helped me get my foot in the door in emerging media and whatever the next thing is. And for me in my career, I've been able to really build my name on that and stay to claim with that, being the guy in whatever workplace I've been in who's always prepared for the next thing, and how do we translate our message to our audience using the next platform, the next thing, and does that make sense for us and our brand? And IMC really taught me that and helped me really develop those skills. I think the most beneficial aspect from my time in the IMC program really just came down to being able to bounce ideas off of my classmates, and again, folks who were just as invested and just as into the things that I was into when it came to the industry and marketing communications as a whole, digital marketing as a whole, right? These are things that in my life and in my career early on, I just hadn't been able to spend a lot of time with other folks who were thinking the way that I was thinking, and were really trying to be on the cutting edge of things, and being able to bounce those kinds of ideas off of my classmates in whatever class I was in, or my professors in whatever classes they were teaching. That was a huge, huge benefit for me. My favorite class in the IMC program, I would probably have to say, was entrepreneurship in IMC. I think, it was one of those classes where entrepreneurship was never something that I'd really gotten a whole lot into. I had had somewhat of an interest in it. I had kind of some entrepreneurial tendencies, but this really helped me figure out, is this something that I really want to do? And even if not, the skills that I got in the freedom of expression and creativity that I got from that particular course was incredibly beneficial for me in the long run, in helping kind of expand my way of thinking outside of just, let me just follow the corporate rules. And particularly with whatever it is that I do for a living, it's so creativity based, and being able to stretch those creative muscles in that particular class was so awesome and such a treat and so beneficial for me in my career. So as the current social media strategist for Pew Research Center, something that I picked up in the IMC program was being really audience focused. And so many of my professors in whatever class that I was in, they really drilled that in, was whatever it is that you're doing comes back to your brand and comes back to how your brand is communicating with your audience. So how I work with Pew as a social media strategist, I'm talking to the end consumer, the end user, the audience every day. And whatever content that I'm creating or having created or curating, it has to be super audience focused and particular to the audience that we're trying to reach. That could be a particular subset of people, that could be the mass educated public, but whatever it is, I have to make sure that I am really tailoring that message to them. Otherwise, they're not going to pay attention, it's going to go over their head, or they're just not going to be interested. And being able to have that focus in the IMC program, and then coming out of that and applying that to my career now, it has really helped me in my current job, and I know it's going to help me in any opportunity I have to come. When it comes to just my overall experience in the IMC program, being a part of it, having done some events, coming to integrate, having done the podcast, there are so many amazing people that are working with this program, that have been through this program, that are teaching in this program. And last year, 2022, was my first time really coming to integrate and being immersed in the IMC culture here at West Virginia University. And that was such a special experience for me, and to be honest with you, it's a big reason why I came back, to be a part of this community of creative thinkers and people who are exceptional at executing within their job, but also just incredibly friendly, genuinely nice people who are always looking to help you, who are willing to talk to you about ideas, and who can really empathize with what you've been through in your career, where you're trying to go, and helping you get to those places and reach those goals that you have career-wise. And I think that's one of the things that makes the IMC program here at WVU really, really special. So welcome to West Virginia University's Integrated Marketing Communications program. We are so glad that you've decided to join this awesome adventure, this awesome program, this amazing family of people. It's definitely something that for me personally, when I joined and I started my my IMC degree in August of 2015, let me tell you, it was one of the best decisions that I ever made personally, and just I think one of the best pieces of advice that I could give any student coming in would be to just really dive in head first into the assignments, into the work, talking to your professors, because again, this is one of those things. This program, one of the things that makes it so special is that your professors have real life experience in these industries, and this is an industry that is always changing, and that's such a vital aspect of it, and one of the reasons why I love it so much. So, like I said, dive in, get into it, get into the weeds, and really start throwing ideas around, experiment, and really get the feedback and accept the feedback that you're getting from these professors, from your colleagues who are and classmates who are also working in the field, doing their thing every day, getting this real world experience, this real time experience in the industry, and just really get into that and accept that, believe that, and take that to a different level with your work and apply that to everything you're going to do in the future with this program.